I can't remember what was there last year. I'm trying to think.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, so first of all, when you started writing the story, did you imagine you'd be watching the film with Quentin Tarantino at the end?
No, I did not. I was so excited. I really like Quentin Tarantino's film. Yeah.
So it must have been nice that he wanted to watch yours.
Yeah, he came in. I was like almost crying. I was like, oh, I was so emotional today. I shouldn't be like that. It's my honor. Yeah, I'm really glad that he support this film.
So tell me, when you first started, when you had the idea, what was the first idea, and why did you decide this is the story you wanted to write?
Well, it was really a surprise for me. I'm an actress, and then I started to do actress from being an extra, and then also the stage performances. And then, but I had the habit to document all the things I've been through, and then something interesting I absorbed while I was being an extra. And then I finished a script around 2015. It's about an actress, pursuing her acting dream. And the reason I wrote because after I participated in some films, for example, collaborated with director Millie Z, all the same role came to cast me. So I really was like, I didn't want to repeat myself as an actor or actress. I really wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something like, very inspiring and then creative, original project. So I rejected all those same roles, and it ended up that I didn't have any jobs for a long time if I didn't want to repeat myself. And so I was very anxious, and I feel it's quite unfair that I'm living in Taiwan, but I'm dreaming about Quentin and all those audience. So I started to write something down, and then that's how I wrote the script about an actor. And then, after 2017, after the Harvey Weinstein stuff occurred, I read a lot of documents and interviews. I was so purely curious about what happened. And because while I was doing extras, I had the similar experience being bullied, but not being like raped or some other thing. It's just but it's still a humiliation experience. So I felt really connected to those women's feeling, and I know how they felt. Because in the industry, it's like if you get role, you get like a rise, and then and if you rejected something, then you will become nobody, and then time passes by, and then I had no chance. Well, I'm 60s or I'm 50s, so it's very cruel, and it's a very essential decision, and it's ridiculous. So that's how I got inspired by those women who came up to speak their stories. And then I combined those women's voices and then the story of Harvey Weinstein and then to the previous script I wrote together, become a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I mean, I have lots of friends in London, young actresses, and nothing terrible has happened to them, but they all say they do things that they get asked to do things that they don't really need to do for the auditions, and they get they'll get into, or people will audition them for things that definitely probably are never going to happen, but they just kind of get all these things are happening, and there's so many of them that want to do it that they end up in that position all the time. So it's almost like a power thing for these guys. It seems to be, there's a power in the fact that they know there's 25 people that want that one,
Yeah, and then so they label us with numbers, just like objects. But it's really interesting. It's hard to say, if it's an art. Of course, you are asking me to do something, to perform, to imitate an animal. It all makes sense, but the line is very blurred. Yeah, and male actors, they have the same situation, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But do you think that Asia has been slower in the uptake with the Me Too movement from Hollywood? Do you think it's taken longer for the ideas to filter through to Asia, or do you think they're now catching up with, the mood of the rest of the acting world?
You mean especially in Asia?
Yeah.
I think now it's a global world, so everything would influence. Yeah, so I think in Asia, of course, we are kind of more conservative about this issue, but I think generally it's very optimistic. Like me, I was inspired by this whole movement, and then I was inspired by Oprah's speech on the Golden Globe, and then all those brave women and men they came up to say. So I think, yeah, it's changing.
Yes, good thing. And so, but you finished you wrote the story, and then you gave it to Midi. But was it important to you that it was directed by a man, so that they had that sort of man's perspective too? Or
Of course. I think I totally 100% agree with. Like I watched an interview from Sean Penn, and he was saying that this movement should not divide or separate men and women. We are all together. It's like the idea of feminism is like he for she. We are together because men could be bullied, and then it's all the same. So we are together. I don't want to say, okay, I'm feminist, and then I just hate men. No, it's like helping me is helping you. We just want to, make the world to be better, and then to have the real equality, so we can all be free.
Is that like the Okay, I'll leave it off. This is on or off is better, isn't it? Not both. Okay, we'll do that. You changed the battery. Look at that.
Ooh, oh.
Da-da.
Oh, awesome.
There we go.
Yeah.
Back. And did you, when you were writing it, did you always have yourself in mind to play the main role? Did you write for yourself?
Oh no, I never thought this could be, a dream come true to really like make a film. I was really like Asians, and then I just wanted to create something, so I didn't think of that. And then because this is my second script, but the first script to be finished to be into a film. And I didn't learn script writing at all. So I was like so free. I didn't know I should think about the budget and everything. So the director and the photographer, they when they read the script, it's like, oh my God, this is so challenging. We have scenes under the water, and then explosion, and then something crazy, because I had no experience, writing script, and I was so free. I didn't think about any limitation. I just really into that imagination and whatever I want to write. So it's really a very interesting experience, writing experience for me. Yeah. But while I was acting, I was like, oh my God, what the hell? Why did I write something like this to torture myself? But after I finished the script, I gave it to director Medici, and then he told me that okay, so he and the producer, they were also looking for some other actresses to play the role, and then probably I will not be inside the film. I totally agree with him, because if it's another very outstanding actress to play the role, as long as the film is very good, I'm happy with it. Yeah. So I had the audition with him for a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks like it was a very intense shoot and very and quite difficult. Did you have to stay in character in between? And how did you, or did you really need to switch off and relax in between these days? How did you approach the sort of shooting?
Yeah, it's very intense, and then the challenge is that okay, something very intense, but I have to cooperate with the photographer. But we want everything to be shot perfectly in one smooth shot. So the challenge would be every time I need to push myself to limitation to here, and then but maybe in one day to have 28 takes. Yeah. Difficult. Yeah. Sometimes it's like no feelings at all. I was like a robot, but some feelings is very organic, and but it's interesting. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm being told to wrap now, so I will leave you and let you move to your next interview.
Thank you very much.